Okay. Okay, so for the next part of the package, we will be introducing the 5 values of KFC Canada. And these 5 are: number 1, prayer. Number 2, family. Number 3, environment. Number 4, love for the poor. And finally, number 5, friendship. So again, values that are nothing new, but values that we'll be instilling within the KFC program. And within this context, we'll be recognizing special individuals in KFC called Kids Ambassadors, something that we will expand on a little bit later in the package. And finally, how all of this, how these 5 values get fully integrated within the cycle of events of KFC, specifically in the monthly activity, which is the General Assembly. So, what are you waiting for? Click for the next portion of this package.
All right, so welcome back. So now we're going to focus now on the 5 values of Kids for Christ. So everything that we've done before, this is it in a nutshell. Simplified, condensed, and awesome. So the 5 values of Kids for Christ: prayer, family, environment, and love for the poor, and friendship. And how do these all fit together? And so when we think about kids first, they start with God. And so we start off with prayer. And now we go into the next level. What is the next thing beyond themselves? Their family. Now when you go to the next level now, what is around them? The environment and the people around them. And now once you're in the environment, when you start to do actions within and service, which is mainly with the poor. So we want them to develop a love for the poor, and as well to evangelize. So this is where friendship comes in. And so we're going to be delving into what each one of these means and what is the direction for each one of these.
Alright, so first of all, we'd like to discuss prayer. And within prayer, we want to focus on 3 main things: virtues, scripture, and catechism. And so within these 3 areas, we'll be discussing stories in the Bible that talk about different men and women that have lived lives of example. So we talk about stories, for example, like David and Goliath, or Jonah and the whale. So let's say we wanted to introduce the virtue of courage. We could talk about the story of Daniel in the lion's den. And stories like that really encourage the kids to really learn about courage, or that particular virtue, from men and women in the Bible. We also would like to talk about Jesus and his life while he was on earth, and all the significant moments in his life, and how as young kids they can relate to the life of Jesus. Stories about his baptism, transfiguration, way of the cross. For example, being able to take part in Stations of the Cross during Holy Week with your families. Those are all examples of how kids can learn how through prayer they can get closer to God. And the third part would be learning about the lives of saints. So the men and women that have gone before us, that have lived lives also of example. So we would learn about saints such as Saint Francis of Assisi, our Mother Mary, her example as the Mother of God. We have other famous saints, Saint Rose of Lima, and again, just through their example, how they have lived their lives according to God's will. And finally, just teaching about basic catechism. So prayers that have already, that we may already pray, but we just like to reinforce as well. Also prayers that are practical. In this one picture, we have a little girl praying, "Dear God, bless me with patience and please make it soon. Now would be good." Just basic prayers that are really from the heart, but also basic prayers that we teach as Catholics. So the Our Father, Hail Mary, Glory be, and also learning about the sacraments and going to Mass.
About family, and this is a huge push that we were trying to do. And so again, when we talk about kids, what usually comes to kids other than dirt is parents. And so we want them to really be instilled in KFC is a family ministry, one with the parents in integration. And so one of the big things here in North America that we really face is pro-life, which is a huge area of concern. And so as kids, we can't really go outside and start a picket, or we can't really go outside of an abortion clinic and and do crazy things. But what we can do in KFC is to really instill in them the value and the importance and the specialty of life. And so in the activities that we're going to be trying to do is that to emphasize I am special, I am unique, and I am important. All right. So well, just a funny thing, if you read over here, the letters from God. Dear God, thank you for the baby brother. But what I prayed for was a puppy, Joyce. And so we really want to instill that uniqueness, so that when they do grow up, they already know the importance of life. So that when it even comes to abortion or euthanasia or whatnot, it's not even a question for them. They love life. And at the same time, we bring it back to being 100% pure. And so we really want to focus as to what does 100% pure mean. And when we look at it, well, what does a kid go through every day? So he wakes up, he eats, he goes to school, and then he goes home. He plays games, he watches TV, and he eats some more, and then he sleeps. And so in 100% pure, we focus on these three things: health, media, and school. When we talk about health, we talk about healthy eating and exercising. So we do a GA on a buffet and picking the right items or whatnot. When we talk about media, we talk about how to find out what TV shows to watch and what shows not to what shows not to watch, and at the same time being able to recognize what is appropriate and what isn't. And when we go into school, is to really push them to be excellent in their academics. And so when we talk about 100% pure: health, media, and school. And so why these two areas are under family is because all this won't happen without the parent support. And that's why this is really being pushed under the family aspect, is because their uniqueness is only shown through their parents, to the importance of them in their family, and their health, their media, and the school is really emphasized and really encouraged should be through the family, through the parents as well.